we go. We are just backing in the Subi in the garage for a long journey ahead. We're going to be prepping the car for wrap once again about 2 years later. It's always best to mask off your headlights or any area that you don't want to get scuffed up or sanded or scratched. We're going to start on the passenger fender and get to work and start breaking through the layers. Starting with 80 grit sandpaper, just breaking it down to the bare metal. Some areas, not all areas. So we're just using good old elbow grease. Got a little sanding block. And we're just going to town. The old fender ain't looking so good. It's actually never looked worse. Did some major sanding, discovering some rust going on here. Definitely got some rust going underneath here. A lot more to sand down. I'm gonna go all the way to bare metal and see what we can find. Worst case, I'm gonna buy a new fender for this puppy. Alright, another round of sanding for the night, and this fender just keeps changing colors and shades and all kinds of new little cracks and who knows what popping up here. Trying to just sand through all the cracks, make it all smooth as I can, expose what I can. So far we got a lot of little divots, little craters in here. All these are low spots, random high spots. Just this car's gone through hell and back, I guess. The more and more I sand it, the more and more I'm considering buying a new fender, to be honest. I am almost serious about it. We're gonna keep on sanding. I don't really want to get too aggressive here until I take out my headlight. Working cautiously around the edges here, so. Fender has definitely been through a lot. I'm hopefully gonna make it better, and we'll get this baby wrapped and done and dusted, as they say. So hopefully I won't have to address this for a long time. That's if my Bondo job and bodywork holds up for that long. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll get her looking good. All right. As I keep saying, this fender is going from bad to worse and worse and worse. Now, as you can see, we have some holes popping through now. Good old me, I got the old body hammer, and I was just kind of tapping down this high spot right here just to kind of get it down a little bit. And I was like, maybe I'll just tap down something else over here. And sure enough, it goes right through. And yeah, that is the hole in my fender. Pretty significant size. Instead of giving up, I'm going to continue and give this stuff a try. Reinforced filler for repairing rust, spots, and minor holes in fiberglass, SMC, aluminum, galvanized steel, steel, concrete, wood, and masonry. Hopefully this reinforced filler is going to be the ticket to getting these holes patched, and hopefully it'll last. That's the most important, that it's going to last. I'm hopefully just going to do a skim coat over everything and then just block sand it flat again. So yeah, we definitely have a long ways to go on this Fender. I'm not going to call it quits yet. I mean, I have that Fender in the shopping cart ready to press order now, but I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to try to make it work. We'll just have to see if this stuff will come through for us, and we'll get these holes patched and we'll be moving on. Unfortunately, I got to get this car ready to drive tomorrow. Got to take this car to work tomorrow, so I'm going to slap the bumper on, headlight, and just get this thing in driving order. We'll get back on this tomorrow. All right, I just got the whole area, pretty much I got the bare metal areas sanded down to about 80 grit. Just following the directions. We're going to mix up some body filler right now, and we're going to slap it on. And hopefully I can maybe smooth out the inner side as well. Just kind of make sure that gets a nice seal going on the inside of the fender. So yeah, it's going to be very few patch jobs I've done, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. Going with the reinforced filler, pro grade, of course, because that's what I am. Picked up another set of spreaders as well. Just going to mix a batch up on my paper plate here. A little bit of waxing grease remover as well. Blew all the dust off. Now I'm just going to give it a wipe here. Apparently there's a perfect mix, easy visual mixing guide included. So depending on how big of a blob that you're doing, this will tell you the amount of hardener that you're going to need, which is that blue line on the bottom. So I'm looking to do a little small guy here, so I'm really just going to eyeball it onto this paper plate here and go from there. So here we go. Let's mix it up. I upped my game a little bit from my old mask, so here we go. We're getting serious now. It's a very pretty color, I gotta say. So let's go on ahead and just put this in there. I don't even know if it's gonna bridge the gap or not. I'm gonna take a couple applications. I'll try to just bridge it over it and maybe do it in a couple coats. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we won't know unless we try. So here we are, trying. First time for everything. I just want to try to maybe goop it on there, and then we could sand it in about 10-15 minutes. Look at all that gunked up there. I don't know, should I smooth it out on the inside? I guess we'll just have to see how it cures and see if it's strong or not. We're gonna wait it out 10-15 minutes and sand down what we put down and see if it holds or not. Well, about 10 minutes later. What do you say, it's ready to sand? Whew. I went on the inside of the fender and I was just gonna try to see how rigid it was. And you can see, shoot. Oh man. Big old piece of Bondo fell off. Damn it, the hole's back. Well, never found the big old bulge on the other side here. Who knows where that thing dropped. Thought maybe in between here, but I heard it drop, but I just can't find it. So that's gonna stay in there until further notice. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get behind the hole and maybe smother some Bondo behind there and then another layer in the front. So we're gonna try round 2 and see what we can do. There goes nothing again. I need some like reinforcement back here. Let that set up just like that. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna let it harden just like a bubble right there. And maybe I'll have better luck. Maybe it'll hold, who knows? Maybe fill a couple of these holes, why not? All right, it's looking a little better. Nice and smooth, nothing like the other time. Let's let this harden up and give it a light sand and hopefully she holds. All right. Well, it looks like we have our first success here. I went on ahead, I did a second coat of this, I guess, reinforced filler. That's where the hole used to be, so I'm gonna use the normal body filler now. Nothing really reinforced or anything like that. Just gonna skim coat this whole area and just kind of get this flat. You know, any high spots or low spots will just kind of just be formed into one new skim coat. And then I'm gonna block sand it nice and flat, hopefully. This is already feeling much, much better. Next product we're gonna use right here, gold filler. So basically we just prep the area with 80 grit sandpaper. 40 to 80 grit sandpaper. And cleaning the area, I cleaned it with some rubbing alcohol. The area is nice and clean. So let's go ahead and mix it up, slap it on. All right, I had to step my game up. Paper plates work and they're cool and all, but this is way cooler. Just like that. We got a whole pad of mixing papers here. All right. Back to the respirator talk here. Well, we got a pretty big mess here. I mean, it's just kind of globbed on everywhere. Try to keep it to a minimum, and then it started getting kind of setting up a little bit. So as I was trying to scrape it, it just started gumming up. So I just decided to hold off on that. I was cautious. I did tape off some lines here. Same with the bumper mount down there. So we're just going to let this kind of set up. About 80% of the body filler is just going to be sanded off anyway, so it is what it is. It's a messy job, and no one wants to do it. But here I am, doing it. Am I crazy? Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. The future's looking bright for this Fender. Hopefully we won't have to purchase a new one. Just hanging out in the garage with my respirator while it dries, and then we'll be getting back on it and sanding it with 60 or 80 grit. Probably 80 grit should be good, so... All right, I say we're off to a good start on this. It's my first kind of skim coat attempt here, and we're looking pretty flat in some areas. The holes that I patched seem to be holding pretty nice. I'm kind of hesitant to really start sanding on this body line. We'll see what happens in the future, but yeah, we are moving right along here. Gonna continue sanding and then do another skim coat and then sand some more and then maybe a skim coat and then sand some more and sanding, cleaning. I mean, that's the nature of the body work that you have to expect. So this was a successful night. Gotta go. I'm sanded out. I'm gonna call it a night. We're gonna get started on this. tomorrow. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, I put this car back together every night. That way I could drive it to work the next day. So it's been quite the process. I got to get this car back together for tomorrow, and then take it back apart tomorrow night, and then put it back together for the next day. So it's kind of the routine right now, but I'm enjoying myself. That's what's important. So see you guys on the next one.